Dr. Alexis Smith, I am having a wonderful day, and it just got better with you joining me on the Valder Beebe Show, live out of Dallas, Texas. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, you have the information that my audience wants to know. I need to tell you real quickly. My audience is made up of people born between 1946 and 1964, and we generously call them baby boomers. So we're going to talk about COPD. Tell us what it is and who it impacts.
Absolutely. COPD is a disease of inflammation and damage to the lungs, making it really difficult for patients to breathe. We often think about it as associated with smoking, active smokers, but even if you quit smoking decades ago, you're at risk for COPD. Smoking is not the only thing that can cause COPD. Environmental exposures or other factors can too. So you want to make sure you're talking to your doctor about risk factors. The other thing I like to tell my patients is that COPD is a progressive disorder, meaning that even if you're taking your medications as prescribed, things can get worse. So regular check-ins with your physician are really important, because in Texas alone, there's over 1 million people living with COPD, and it's one of the leading causes of death in the United States. We have to do a better job, and it starts with conversations like this between you and I.
Okay. What are some of the major challenges of patients who have COPD?
So what we try to do as physicians to help patients with COPD is give them maintenance inhalers. These are medications they breathe directly into their lungs to help calm down that inflammation. But we know that even if they're doing everything right and taking their inhalers as directed, almost half of patients are going to experience flare-ups. These flare-ups aren't just inconvenient, they beget more flare-ups and more frequent flare-ups and even hospitalizations. The more we dive into the research behind this, we're realizing that the inflammation causing COPD is driven by a specific type of white blood cell called an eosinophil. And now we have simple blood tests that can accurately tell us the level of eosinophils and thereby which patients with COPD are at most risk of these flare-ups.
You say flare-up. So what's a flare-up?
A flare-up, in the medical term, we would call that an exacerbation. It's when your COPD balances to out of control. Patients talk about shortness of breath and increased cough. The things that come up when they cough may change color or may be more in volume. These are all kinds of things you may hear about patients with COPD flare-ups.
Are there any new developments on the horizon? Let's take it on a positive note.
Absolutely, Valder. This is where it gets exciting. The new field of medicine is biologics for COPD. So these are medications injected directly under the skin to help combat some of that inflammation. I'm here on behalf of GSK specifically to tell you that Nucala, or mepolizumab, was recently approved by the FDA for add-on maintenance of inadequately controlled COPD with eosinophilic phenotype. But what does that mean? That means patients have to have a diagnosis of COPD. They have to be taking their inhalers as directed. They have to still be having symptoms of flare-ups, and they have to have that eosinophil inflammation of the blood test we talked about. Now, as with any medication, there are going to be side effects, potential side effects, things like anaphylaxis, even some infections. Talking to your doctor about your health and any side effects is paramount to that relationship.
I'm going to take this one from my audience is on multiple platforms. This one comes from Facebook. The poster wants to know what specific type of doctor deals with COPD, and if they're living with COPD, they're saying, what should they be talking to their doctor about?
These are fantastic questions. You have a wonderful audience. So the type of doctors that deal with COPD are actually a broad spectrum. Sometimes it's primary care. Sometimes it's pulmonary. That's me, a physician that deals with the lungs. So either of those groups would be happy to see your listeners and help them through their COPD. Some great questions to talk to your provider about are there lifestyle modifications that you can make to help your COPD maintain better control? Are you on the right inhalers? Are you taking them appropriately? How do we identify triggers to reduce flare-ups? And who do we go to when we are flaring up? Is it best to go to an urgent care, to a primary care, to a pulmonologist, or to the hospital? So all of those things are really great questions to talk to your doctor about.
I want my audience to know that Dr. Smith is she's board certified in internal medicine, pulmonary disease, and critical care medicine. Dr. Smith, is there any place online for my audience and their caregivers and their support people to find out more information about COPD?
There are lots of places online, but I would encourage you to talk to your doctor. That doctor-patient relationship is really one that I want to encourage, because COPD isn't something we can cure, but we can work together to optimize control and navigate you through your COPD journey.
Dr. Alexis Smith, I truly appreciate your knowledge, your experience, and your tenure that you've had in your field. And thanks for stopping by the Valder Beebe Show. It's been our pleasure.
Thank you, Valder. Have a wonderful day.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.